ClickUp notifications are a great feature, but their default settings can easily overwhelm your workspace. I've seen it happen too many times that users get buried under hundreds of unread notifications. Especially in larger teams, it's easy to lose track of the important notifications you actually need to act on. At that point, ClickUp stops being the powerful tool it is, so don't let it get to this point. In this video, we're going to set up your workspace so you will only be notified by the notifications that actually matter. The first thing we want to do is navigate to the settings within your environment. You can do this by clicking your avatar in the top right and selecting the settings page. From here, go to the left panel and you'll see the notifications under My Settings. Right now, everything is set to default, meaning you'll be notified about pretty much everything. Just have a look into this article here. If we scroll down to our default message section, you can see the severe list of notifications I will be receiving. And you can imagine that it will quickly overflow my inbox and email if I'm not careful. And we can very easily resolve this by moving away from the default settings. And I can recommend switching email and mobile to mention only. And personally, I like to disable my browser entirely, so I won't be bugged when I am in meetings or working on important projects. So let's quickly do this. We set the email to mention only, same thing for mobile, and disable the browser notifications entirely. If you still find that you are receiving too many notifications, we can actually set the inbox to focused. And I can strongly recommend to take a couple minutes to set this up properly, as that will greatly benefit your overall experience using ClickUp. So let's just quickly walk through the different notifications under each section. So you can do this by selecting the custom profile and it will show you the current settings. So in this case, the focused settings. So we can see under the task comments, there are a handful of mandatory notifications we can't switch off within ClickUp. And this here is okay for me because I don't need to be informed about resolved comments or reactions where I'm not mentioned in. Looking at the task activity, I'm pretty happy as well, as I don't need to be notified on all of these items solely when I am mentioned in a description, status changes, or a task that is assigned to me. So that all looks pretty good to me as well. Looking at the chat messages, I might actually want to be notified on a message where I am mentioned in. The rest is okay. Doc notifications is fine. Start and due date triggers, however, I would actually like to be notified if a due date is overdue, and I would like to be reminded for a start date. In our case, I am managing the project, and due date and start date changes are also interesting for me. And if desired, I can later on take these out of the important section in my inbox, so that's all good. I don't need to be notified about any Click apps or integrations. Let's have a quick look into the info list. New comments, I don't necessarily need to be notified as well. And the sharing options, I'm okay to be notified about that. Okay, let's save this. I don't go through every other section. I'll leave that up to you. And like I mentioned, it is worth to walk through it, as that can greatly benefit your experience. So keep in mind, the mobile settings will of course only show if you got the app installed on your phone. And I personally like to switch the smart notifications on, as I don't need to be notified when I'm working on my desktop. And under the general settings, we turn on the auto follow option for all the options except for the subtasks. I don't necessarily need to follow the subtask as well from a task that I'm following. And these auto follow options are directly related to the task comments. As you can see, you can't switch off, for example, the new comments. And you will only be notified the moment you follow a task. So once we are done here and you still find that you're receiving too many notifications, you can switch off this auto follow option. We are done with the notification settings, so let's now quickly hop over to the inbox. We are now going to customize the importance of the different notifications. And as a result, we only get the important notifications in our primary inbox. You can press on the settings icon here and customize the importance. And here as well, there's a few mandatory notifications you can't switch off. And I actually would like to be informed if a comment is assigned to me. Going through the rest of the list, I actually find it important when a due date goes overdue, so I put that in my primary inbox as well. I'm all set here, and same for the notification settings. Take a little bit of time to adjust it to your needs. That will help you a lot during your daily operations. Just to wrap up this video, let's quickly jump into a real-life example here. As you could see, we have been changing the notification settings of our product manager's environment. And I'll be demonstrating the notifications through the development space from the project we've set up in our previous tutorial. So with our current settings, let me demonstrate from the senior developer's environment what will happen if he creates a new task. So if the senior developer now creates a new task for auto completion, you can now see that I am not automatically notified about this as the product manager. Also, my email and phone stays silent. I personally prefer this, but if you want to stay a little bit more on top of the new tasks created, we can quickly adjust this in the settings. Under task activities, we can select the new task created, and from now on, I'll be notified about a new task. And after changing this setting, you can see that I get a message in my other category after a new task is created. And this allows me to quickly scan through the tasks to see what is created and stay on top of my team while maintaining my clean primary inbox. Navigating to this task, you can see that I am not automatically added as a follower unless I actually participate in this ticket. So let's say I jot down a comment here. You can see that I now automatically follow the task. And that's the auto follow task we have set under the general settings. And you will see that if my colleague now replies on my comment, I will be notified about it in my primary inbox. And this is great since this is important. I want to stay on top of active conversations through the activity thread. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. If you are ready to master ClickUp, make sure to follow my channel as I'll be posting weekly new videos. So let's keep building on your productivity together.